Your mechanic does not want you to know this trick because there is one free reset that fixes the check engine light, rough idle, and bad gas mileage on most cars, and it takes about 90 seconds. Mechanics charge you $150 to do the exact same thing, then hand it back like they performed surgery. And the worst part is, most of the time your car was never broken in the first place. It just needed to forget something. I am going to show you 10 resets today. Every one of them is free or close to it. Every one of them is something a shop will happily charge you for. And by the time we are done, you will be able to walk out to your car and fix problems that other people are paying hundreds of dollars for right now. So, before you spend a single dollar at a shop, do these first and stay to the end because the last reset can save you a $1,200 repair and almost nobody knows it exists. Let us start with the big one. Reset number 1, the computer reset that clears most small car problems for free. Your car has a brain. It's called the ECU, the engine control unit. Think of it like the manager of your entire engine. Every time you drive, it's watching your sensors, learning your habits, and quietly adjusting how much fuel to burn, when to shift, and how to idle, and it saves all of that in its memory. Here's the problem. When one sensor sends a bad reading or your battery gets weak over the winter, the ECU writes that bad information into its memory and keeps using it. It doesn't throw it away. So now your car is running on instructions that are wrong. That's what causes a random check engine light for no reason, a rough idle, or gas mileage that suddenly got worse even though nothing physically broke. The fix is simple. You make the brain forget and you let it start fresh. Turn the car off, open the hood, find your battery, loosen the connector on the negative terminal, the one marked with a minus sign, lift it off, tuck it to the side so it can't touch the battery, and let the car sit for 15 minutes. This part matters. While you wait, press the horn for a few seconds and flick the headlights on. That drains the leftover power hiding in the system, so the memory fully clears. Then reconnect the terminal, tighten it, and start the car. That's it. The ECU wipes its bad memory and relearns from zero over your next few drives. The light clears, the idle smooths out, and you just did for free what a shop bills you $150 for. Now let me tell you why this works so well. A driver wrote to me about a truck that threw a check engine light every single cold morning. He took it to 2 different shops. Both of them wanted to start replacing sensors one at a time at hundreds of dollars each, basically guessing until the light went away. He did this 90-second reset instead. The light cleared, and 3 weeks later, it hadn't come back. The sensor was never bad. The computer was just clinging to one bad reading from a cold start, and it never let go until he forced it to. One warning. After you do this, your radio presets and your clock will reset, and your car may idle a little strange for the first day. That's completely normal. That's the sound of the computer relearning. Do not panic and undo it. Reset number 2, the idle relearn that stops your car shaking at every red light. This one goes hand in hand with the first. After you reset the ECU or anytime you change your battery, a lot of cars will idle rough for a few days. The engine shakes at red lights, the RPM bounces up and down, and it feels like something is seriously wrong. People panic and they drive straight to a mechanic who charges them to fix a problem that would have fixed itself. Here's why it happens. Your throttle body, the part that controls how much air the engine breathes at idle, also has a learned setting. When you cut the power, it forgets, and until it relearns, your idle is all over the place. You can teach it in 5 minutes. Sit in the car, turn the key to the on position, but do not start the engine. Wait for all the dash lights to stop flashing, about 3 seconds. Turn it back off. Now do that 2 more times. On the final time, start the engine and let it idle for 10 full minutes without touching the gas pedal at all. Just let it sit and breathe. The car relearns its correct idle on its own. The shaking stops, and you paid absolutely nobody. Now the next few are quick, but reset number 6 is the one mechanics really do not want you doing. So whatever you do, do not click away before we get there. Reset number 3. The oil life reset you should never pay for. You change your oil or you pay somewhere cheap to change it, and that little wrench light or oil life percentage is still glowing on your dash. Some shops will literally charge you just to press a few buttons and turn it off. It takes 10 seconds, and you can do it yourself. On most cars, turn the key to the on position without starting the engine. Then, press the gas pedal all the way to the floor slowly, 3 times within 10 seconds. The oil light will blink and reset itself. On newer cars with a screen, go into the menu, find Vehicle Settings, then Maintenance, and select Oil Life Reset. That is all it is. Never pay a human being to do that again. And here's a bonus. Resetting that light is not just cosmetic. Your car uses that oil life counter to remind you when to service it. If a shop changed your oil but never reset it, your car has no idea fresh oil went in, and it will nag you early or let you skip a change you actually needed. So keep it honest. Reset number 4, the tire pressure light that will not turn off even after you filled the tires. This one drives people crazy. You added air, the pressure is perfect, you double-checked it, and that little horseshoe-shaped light with the exclamation point is still on, so you assume you have a broken sensor and a big repair bill coming. Usually you do not. The system simply hasn't rechecked itself yet. Most cars have a small tire pressure reset button, often tucked below the steering wheel or buried in the settings menu on the screen. With the key on and the engine off, hold that button down until the tire light blinks 3 times, then let go. Drive for a few minutes and it clears. If your car does not have a button at all, here's the trick. Just drive above about 15 miles per hour for 10 minutes, and many cars will reset the light automatically once the sensors report in. If it still won't clear after all that, then and only then do you have a real sensor going bad, and now you actually know instead of guessing. Reset number 5, the brake and ABS light that scares you into an expensive shop visit. Few things are scarier than a brake warning light. Your brain immediately jumps to, my brakes are failing, this is going to cost a fortune. And that fear is exactly what an unethical shop uses to sell you work you do not need. Here's what most people don't know. Sometimes that ABS or brake light comes on not because anything is failing, but because a wheel speed sensor got coated in road grime, where the system logged a single one-time glitch, maybe from driving through deep water or a hard, slippery stop. The light stays on long after the moment has passed, so before you assume the worst, do the ECU reset from step 1 to clear the stored code. Then drive above 20 miles per hour and come to a few gentle, normal stops so the wheel sensors report fresh data. On a lot of cars, if everything actually reads fine, the light simply goes out and stays out. If it comes right back on immediately, then, and yes, you investigate, because now it's real. But an enormous number of these are just ghost codes that never needed a dime spent on them. To be clear, if your brakes ever feel soft or the pedal goes to the floor, skip the reset and get it checked. Safety first, always. Reset number 6, the transmission reset that makes an old car shift like new again. This is the one. This is the reset that pays for your whole day. Just like the engine, your automatic transmission has a learning computer and it adapts to your driving over the years. Here's the catch. As your transmission ages, it also adapts to worn parts, it compensates, and slowly, without you noticing, it starts shifting late, shifting hard, or clunking between gears. Mechanics absolutely love this because a rough shift is the perfect setup to sell you a $1,500 transmission service or worse, to tell you the whole thing needs a rebuild for $3,000 or $4,000. Before you let anyone say that word, rebuild, try the adaptive reset. Once you have done the ECU battery reset from step 1, the transmission memory clears along with it on many cars. Now you have to teach it good habits again. For the next 50 miles, drive it gently and deliberately. Smooth, easy stops, gentle acceleration, a mix of city streets and highway speeds, so it experiences every gear. As you drive, the transmission rebuilds its shift map from scratch based on how the parts behave today, not how they behaved 5 years ago. Let me prove it to you. A woman wrote to me after she was quoted $3,000 for a rebuild, all because her car clunked hard going into second gear. Before spending that kind of money, she tried the reset and the 50-mile relearn. The clunk faded by the second day. By the end of the week, it was completely gone. Her transmission did not need a rebuild. It needed to forget how it had trained itself to drive around a weak, dying battery. $3,000 saved with a wrench and a drive around town. Reset number 7. The screen reset for when your display freezes or your backup camera goes black. Your infotainment screen freezes, or you throw the car in reverse and the backup camera is just a black rectangle. It feels like a major electrical failure, and dealers will happily quote you hundreds to look at it. But your car screen is basically a computer, and like any computer, sometimes it just needs to be turned off and on again. Hold the power button, or on some models, the volume knob, pressed in for 10 to 20 seconds until the screen goes fully dark and the logo reappears. That single hard restart clears most freezing, glitching, laggy menus and dead camera problems instantly for free. If it keeps happening every single day, then you may have a loose connection worth checking, but 9 times out of 10, the reset is the whole fix. Reset number 8. The key fob fix before you pay the dealer for a new one. Your remote stops locking or unlocking the doors, so you assume the fob is dead. You call the dealer, and they quote you $200 or more for a new one plus programming. Stop right there. First, try the $2 fix. Pop the fob open and replace the little coin-shaped battery inside. That alone solves the majority of these. If a fresh battery does not do it, your fob may just need to be resynced to the car. On many models, you sit in the driver's seat, close all the doors, and turn the key from off to on a specific number of times within a few seconds, and the car relearns the fob. The exact sequence is different for every make, so look up your specific model, but understand this. What the dealer wants to sell you as a $200 electronic problem is most of the time a $2 battery. Reset number 9. The sensor cleaning and reset that quietly gives you back your gas mileage. If your fuel economy has slowly gotten worse and you cannot figure out why, this one is for you. Deep in your intake is a part called the mass airflow sensor. Its job is to measure exactly how much air is entering your engine, so the computer knows how much fuel to add. When that sensor gets coated in fine dust and oil film, it starts underreporting the air. The engine runs rich, and you burn extra fuel on every single trip. Shops will just sell you a brand new sensor for a couple $100s. Try this first. With the engine off and completely cool, unclip and remove the sensor. Now this part is critical. Spray it only with proper mass airflow sensor cleaner. Never wipe it with a rag, never touch the little wires inside, and never use brake cleaner or carburetor cleaner because those will destroy it. Just let the special cleaner rinse the dirt away. Let it dry fully, put it back, and then do the ECU reset from step 1 so the computer starts fresh with clean, accurate readings. Drivers routinely get back the miles per gallon they were convinced they had lost forever, and the whole thing costs about $8 for a can of cleaner. Reset number 10, the 2-minute check that tells you if you have a $20 problem or a $1,200 one. Here's why I saved this one for last. Every single reset on this list works better when your car's electrical system is actually healthy. If your battery is weak or your alternator is failing, all of these problems will keep crawling right back within a week, and you'll think none of the resets worked. But the resets aren't the problem, the power is. So here's the master check. With the engine off, you want to confirm your battery is holding a strong charge. Then, with the engine running, you want to confirm the alternator is actually charging that battery back up. A simple tester from any auto parts store, about $20, tells you both of those numbers in 2 minutes flat. If the readings are low, you go buy a battery for around $100 or catch a failing alternator early instead of letting a shop talk you into an open-ended electrical diagnosis that starts at $1,200 and climbs from there. Think about how many people are sitting in a waiting room right now, about to pay for that huge diagnosis when they had a weak battery the entire time. That's a $20 tool and 2 minutes standing between you and a massive bill. Now you'll know the truth before you ever walk through the door. So, there you have it. 10 resets, and now you can fix almost every common problem in your car without handing a single dollar to a shop that was counting on you not knowing any of this. But here's the thing you need to understand. Every reset I just showed you will fail fast if you're putting the wrong fuel in your tank. And the sad truth is, most drivers are.
There are gas stations near you quietly damaging your engine with cheap, watered-down fuel and only a handful that actually protect it. I tested them myself, and honestly, the results surprised me. It's the video right there on your screen. Watch it before your very next fill-up because it might be the reason your car has been struggling all along.